Good day everyone, I am Rolando Albero Jr. and for today's video presentation I will discuss and demonstrate how to use Schoology. This tutorial is designed for students and beginners who want to learn the basic features Schoology. In this video, we will learn how to log into Schoology, navigate the dashboard, access courses and materials, submit assignments, join discussion, take quizzes, check grades and notification. Online learning has become an important part of education and platforms like Schoology help students and teachers communicate and learn effectively. So without further delay, let's begin. What is Schoology? First, let us define Schoology. Schoology is a learning management system or LMS used by schools, teachers, and students for online and blended learning. It is designed to organize educational activities digitally. Teachers can upload lessons, assignments, quizzes, announcements, and learning resources, while students can access materials, submit tasks, and communicate with classmates and teachers. Schoology became popular because it allows learning to continue even outside the classroom. Some advantages of Schoology include easy access to lessons, organized learning materials, faster communication, completions, assignment submission, online quizzes, and assessments, grade monitoring. Because of these features, Schoology helps make learning more flexible, interactive, and accessible. How to access Schoology? Now, let's proceed the login process.
And I forgot to log out from the last time, so let me log out really quick to show you the proper steps to log in. So when you click login, you'll be taken to this page. Now I've created a demo account that I'm going to log into really quickly. And when you log in for the first time, you'll notice that it's going to ask you for your school's name or your school's zip code. The easiest thing for you to do is to type in the name of the school, East Heritage. And then it's going to give you a few options. You want to make sure that you're choosing the East Heritage that has the zip code 92336. If you choose this one will not give you access to the page that I've created for the class. So just make sure you choose 92336. And then once you've done that, you're going to want to click this box that says Remember My School. This will make it so that in the future when you log in, you will not have to type in your school every single time because it will have it memorized for you. Since this is a training video, I don't want it to remember my school right now, so I'm going to uncheck it. But if it were you, you'd check it, you would leave it checked, and then click Login. Once you log in, it's going to take you to this home page. On the home page is where you will find any recent general updates that I've posted. Also, if your classmates have posted any sort of updates or comments, you will see that here on this page. The only two buttons that you're going to be, or two tabs that you're going to be using on this page is the Home tab and the Courses tab. You won't use the Groups tab, and you will probably never use the Resources tab. Off to the side, you will only use the Recent Activity tab, the Calendar tab, and the Messages tab. I don't track grades or attendance using Schoology, and the People tab just tells you a list of students who are members of this particular class. Off to the side, you'll notice that there is a calendar, and it shows you events that are coming up, and it shows you them in chronological order. So since we are currently on spring break, the only things that I've added to this calendar right now are days of school that I know we will not be attending next year, or days of school where there's something important happening, like the beginning of parent conference week. Also, you'll notice I've created a fake homework assignment just to show you that homework assignments also show up on your upcoming list when you're looking at the calendar in list form. If you want to see the calendar in a month spread, that's when you would click this button here, and you would see the current month's calendar spread. So this is from the previous school year, so this doesn't relate to you, but this is just to show you that you can either look at the calendar as a month spread, or you can look at it as a list spread off to the side, just like that. If I make a comment on the home page, or if your classmate makes a comment, respond to the post, or you can comment on the post by clicking this comment button. What you want to keep in mind, though, is that anytime you comment on something in this manner, your comment is public to all of your classmates and your classmates' parents. So if you don't want to make a comment, or if you have a question and you don't want it to be seen by everybody else, you don't want to make that comment or ask that question here, because everybody will see it. In addition, if you just want to acknowledge that you saw the update or that you liked the update, you can simply click this like button, and that's just a way of saying thanks, or I saw the update, or I liked the update. So this home page is just a very general page that will only include just basic reminders like wear spirit on Friday, or you have a test that's coming up, but it doesn't have specific resource links. If you are looking for resources like study guides, or you lost a classwork assignment and you're hoping to find a copy somewhere, that's when you would go to this tab, the Courses tab. So you'd click Courses, you'd click Miss Robinson's 5th grade class, and you'll be taken to this page. Now notice on this page you will see your homework listed here, that big homework assignment that I created. It tells you the day it was assigned, a brief description of it, and the day that it's due. But again, you can also access that from here, and if you click on it, it will give you all the information that you would need to know about that homework assignment. And if you had a question or a comment about the homework assignment, you can make that there. Now back to the Courses page. In addition to your homework being listed, you will find all of these resource folders. So there's one for Genius Projects, Reading and Language Arts, Science, Social Studies, and Classroom Business. So if you were ever in a situation in which you either A, had an assignment but you lost your copy, you could find those things here by looking in the proper folder. Or if you know there's a test coming up and you know that there is an answer key to the study guide that I've given you, you would find those in one of these folders as well, depending on the subject area. So let's pretend that there's a social studies assignment and you need access to one of the resources that I've given you in class. You would go to Social Studies, you'd click on the folder to open it, and you'll see everything that I've added into that folder. Now, of course, since we're on summer break, there's nothing currently in this folder, so I created just a fake document so that you can kind of see what it would look like when you do this on your own. So remember, I clicked the Social Studies folder, and I opened it, and here's what's in there. So let's say this is the document that I was looking for. I click on it, and it will open up for me. Now when it opens, you have 3 options. You can either choose to download the file to your computer, you can print it directly from here, or if you just need to make a quick reference to it, you can just take a look at it here. You don't have to download it and you don't have to print it. And then when you're done with it, you would just go back to the home page for the course section. So for each folder, you will find things like that. So typically, if there's a test coming up and there's a study guide to it, copies of the keys will be loaded into each of these folders. Also notice on this page, that same calendar that you saw on the home page is listed here. It is the exact same thing as we saw when we were looking at the home tab. So as a parent, this would probably be something that I would always be checking on, because as the school year gets going, you'll notice that I'm adding dates for tests that are coming up, dates for quizzes, and that's just a great way for you to check in with your child and say, okay, I see that you have a states and capitals test. Let's make sure you're studying so that you're prepared for that test on Friday. Off to the side, you would only be using the Materials tab, the Updates tab that would take you back to the Updates page, also known as the home page. Let's go back to the course. So you use the Materials tab, the Updates tab. I don't use the Grades tab, and I don't use the Attendance tab. And the Members tab is again just a list of classmates that have had access to this page. If you wanted to send me a message and you didn't want anyone else to see the message, you have 2 ways of starting a message that's being sent to me. You can click this envelope here and click New Message. This screen will come up and then you will type in my name. So just type in Robinson, select me, type in a subject so that I know what email is going to be about, and then you would go ahead and type in your message and hit send. As long as you send the message early enough in the day or early enough in the evening, I will respond to you by the end of the day. If it's a little bit later in the evening or maybe at nighttime, I can't guarantee that I'll get back to you that same day, but I will give you an answer by the next day. So you can either send a message going through the envelope up at the top, which is what we just did here, or if you're at the home page, you can also click on messages to start a new message there. Going this way also gives you access to see what's in your inbox. It also shows you what messages you have sent, and this is what you would click if you wanted to just start a new message. Overall, I think those are the main things that you need to know about Schoology. A couple of minor things just for you to know is that this is where you would find out if I've put any new updates on our classroom page. If there's anything new, you'll see a little red box here with a number that will tell you how many new updates have been added. If I ever had any requests of you or things that I'd like you to do, those would show here. I rarely do that, so you probably won't use it often. Again, this is one way that you can start a new message that is just strictly seen by me and not public to your classmates. Please keep in mind that you're only going to be using the Home tab or the Courses tab by clicking on Ms. Robinson's 5th grade class. That's pretty much it. I hope that this video was helpful to you in terms of teaching you how to navigate and use Schoology. If you feel like you need to sit down with me on a one-on-one basis for me to go over this with you again, that's perfectly fine. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope that you found it helpful. And I'm looking